Hi guys. So today I'll be discussing the answer key for our take-home assignment, which is the bank reconciliation. And pardon my voice, muntik na siya maubos. So regarding our tomorrow session, I'll let you know in advance if we'll be pushing through. It depends if may bosses pa ako or wala. Okay? But in the meantime, let's focus first on or bank reconciliation topic. After all, we still have time pa naman even if we skip our class tomorrow. Hindi pa naman sure, pero depende kung kakayanin ko pang magsalita bukas. Okay? So, let's start with the activity number 1. Sandra Corporation is preparing its November 30, 20X1 bank reconciliation statement. The following information was determined. So first is the cash balance per accounting books November 30, 20X1 amounting to 600,000. Next, we have the cash balance per bank statement which is 860,000. Then we have our credit memo for 380. We have our debit memo for 600. Again, credit memo and debit memo. These are book reconciling items. So we'll be using it to get the adjusted book balance. Next, we have the deposit in transit amounting to 100K and the outstanding checks of 40,000. The deposit in transit and outstanding checks are bank reconciling items. So we'll be using it to get the adjusted bank balance. Dun nyo lang siya gagamitin. Right? So let's see. Right, so for the answer key, of course, very important, we should have our heading. So we have Sandra Corporation, Bank Reconciliation Statement or Bank Reconciliation. Those are acceptable. Then we have November 30, 20X1. This is really important because Bank Recon is being done on a monthly basis. So relevant talaga on which month are you performing the recon. Okay, so based on the given, we have the bank statement balance, that's 860. You just need to add the deposit in transit of 100, and then just simply deduct the outstanding checks of 40. 860 plus 100 less 40, we have the adjusted cash in bank balance of 920,000. Whereas for our book balance, we have 600K. Then we're adding the credit memos. Again, credit memos are addition to book balance. Bakit? Kasi these are the memos coming from the bank statement. And again, si bank, kapag sinabing credit, those are deposits, those are addition to your cash in bank. And debit memos naman or debits on your bank statement, those are the deduction or withdrawal on your bank account. So that's why credit memos are added amounting to 380. Then we have the credit memos 380 addition, and then we have the debit memos for 60,000, that's a deduction. So 600 plus 380 less 60, then we had the adjusted cash in book balance of 920,000. Now we do have the reconciliation since both of them are equal, so they are reconciled. Okay, so for this first activity, halos lahat naman nakakuha ng correct answer. Right, so let's move on to activity number 2. So for this activity, medyo madaming nagkamali. But let me go ahead and discuss this one to you. So Lonita Company's bank statement for August 31 showed a cash balance of 1,350. So this is our bank balance, 1,350. Then, the company's cash account and its general ledger showed a 670 500 debit balance. This is our book balance. Again, I've sent a revised amount on this. Originally, it's 570. Kaso, mali siya. So, it should be 670 500. Okay. The following information was also available as of August 31. So first one, we have customer's check of 100 marked NSF was returned by the bank. So we have NSF check. Again, NSF check, this is a book reconciling item. Ano ba yung NSF check? Ito yung mga cheque na inisyu sa atin nung mga clients natin or parang payment sa atin, 'di ba? Ng mga kliyente natin na dineposito sa bangko, pero pagdating sa bangko, tumalbog. Okay? Not sufficient pala yung account ni client. Right? So, that's why it's a book reconciling item. Bakit? Kasi na-record na natin siya as cash received sa libro. Pero, upon receiving the bank statement, hindi pala pumasok. So, this one is a debit memo on our book balance. Next, the bank charged the company's bank account of 250 processing fee. So, meaning this is a service charge, and service charge is also a debit memo or a deduction on the account of Lunita Company. Next, so yung first, both are book reconciling item, right? Next, the August 31 cash receipts 1,250,000 were placed in the bank's night depository after banking hours on that date, and this amount did not appear on the August 31 bank statement. So, this is literally a deposit in transit. A deposit in transit is a deposit made by the company but has yet to be received by the bank, or nasa bank ka na pero hindi pa nagre-reflect si account ni Lonita. So, deposit in transit is a bank reconciling item. Next, a 15,000 debit memorandum was issued for checks printed by the banks. So, si bank nag-issue ng debit memo kay Lonita Company. So, debit memos are simply deduction on the account of Lonita. So, reflected to sa bank statement, nakita lang ni Lonita upon receiving the bank statement. Therefore, this is a book reconciling item and a debit memo deduction on the book balance, right? Next, we have outstanding check. This is straightforward. Outstanding check is a bank reconciling item. So, ano ba yung mga outstanding check? These are checks released by Lanita to its supplier, pero si supplier hindi niya pa ini-encash yung check. Okay? So, these are deduction on the bank account, on the bank balance of Lonita Company. And lastly, a customer's note for 900 was collected by the bank, and a collection fee of 250 was deducted by the bank. So 900,000, this is a credit memo. This is a collection by the bank, diba? Then we also have in here a debit memo, a service charge or a collection fee from the bank then or by the bank. So this is a debit memo. So dito sa last, we have a credit memo and a debit memo combined in one statement. Okay, but both of them are book reconciling items. So the requirement is for us to prepare a bank recon as of August 31. So let's see. Right, so again, header, you should have Lonita Company bank recon statement, and we are working on August 31 20x1 bank recon. So for our bank balance, we have 1,350, deposit in transit 1,250, less outstanding checks of 1,145, adjusted cash in bank balance is 1,455. Guys, ang daming nagkamali dito. Diba na-discuss natin na the only component of adjusted cash in bank balance is the deposit in transit, outstanding checks, and bank errors if there's any. Pero kung wala, simply the deposit in transit and outstanding checks lang. That's it, right? So for the book balance, we have 670, 500. Next, we have the credit memos. Credit memo, this is the notes collected by the bank amounting to 900. Ma'am, bakit hindi dineduction yung 250? Again, si 250 guys is pumasok siya doon sa debit side ng bank statement ni Lonita. So that's why it's a debit memo. Hindi mo siya i-combine. Kasi when you see the tawag mo dito, when you see the bank statement, ang lalabas doon as a collection is the 900,000, not the 899,750, kasi that's not the amount that was being collected there. The amount that was being collected was 900,000. And then from 900,000, ang ginawa na lang ni Bangko is nag-debit siya or nagbawa siya ng 250. Okay, so offsetting siya. Pero that doesn't mean na yung credit memo mo is magiging 899,750 na lang. No. So, ma'am, ano nangyari dun sa 250 na collection fee? Dun siya papasok sa debit memo. So, ang component ng debit memo natin is we have the NSF check of 100K. We have the debit memo for printed checks of 15,000. Then we have the service charge of 250. Then we have the collection fee of 250. There are some of you who classified it individually, already considered it. But for some na mali-mali yung pagkakategorize, I mark it wrong. So, depende. I know naman which is right and wrong. But to simplify, it simply credit memos and debit memos. After all, kahit binreakdown mo pa yan dyan, lahat ng debit memos, it's just 1 point lang. Okay? So later I'll be discussing the pointing system. So we have 1455 as the adjusted cash in bank, and for adjusted cash in book, we also have 1455. So we are now reconciled. Okay, so multiple choice. Ang daming sumabit dito. So almost perfect na daw sa lab, but then again, there are questions that weren't answered accordingly. So that's why nagkamali. Okay, but that's okay. Right, so number 1, the company has 199,200 balance per book, 311 deposit in transit, 253,000 outstanding check, 118,000 notes collected from customers, and 65,000 NSF check. What is the adjusted cash per book? So, tinatanong lang cash per book. So, kung cash per book, we need to ignore the deposit in transit and the outstanding check. So, anong gagawin natin? So, we just need the book balance, this one, of 199,200. Next, we have the notes collected of 118,000, and we should deduct the NSF check of 65,000. So our adjusted book balance is 2,045,000. So I've instructed you guys to write the correct answer. So the answer should be 2,045,000. Okay, next, number 2. The company shows a balance in cash account of 32,500. So sa libro raw, 32,500 ang recorded. But the bank statement just received shows a balance of 30K. Pero pagdating ng bank statement daw, 30,000 na lang yung pera. So, what are the costs? Ano kaya yung possible na rason bakit nabawasan yung pera ko sa bangko? Okay? So, first, payment loan. So, of course, if si bank is automatically binabawas yung pambayad mo sa loan, then that would mean na it cost a deduction on your cash in bank. So, letter A is correct. Letter B, so we have insufficient check, diba? NSF check. So, ibig sabihin, si book na-record niya na yung collection from the client. Pero si bank, ni-return niya yung cheque dahil walang pondo. So, it's also a reason kung bakit hindi balanse yung dalawa. Right? So, letter B is also a possible reason why the 2,500 difference. Letter C, there's an automatic debit. So, posible rin na if the client entered into an automatic debit arrangement, then every due date, nababawasan automatically yung bank statement. Diba? So, ma-receive lang ni kung sino man yung may-ari ng libro, if nabawas na ba yung automatic debit upon receiving the bank statement. So, C is also a possible answer. That's why the correct answer is letter D, all of the choices. Right, number 3. A bookkeeper erroneously recorded a deposit of 690 as 960. The error would be shown on the bank recon as. So, sa libro nyo, yung bookkeeper nyo, ni-record niya yung deposit as 960. Diba? Dapat 690 lang. So, meaning, sobra yung ni-record ko. So, to correct it, dapat babawasan ko yung ni-record ko para maging 690 na lang yan. So, to do that, the answer should be a 270 reduction to the book balance. Guys, again, this is a book error. This is a bookkeeper's error. Walang kinalaman si bank dito. Okay? So, that's why the answer is letter B. Okay, next, number 4. A company has 1,578,000 balance per bank. 433 deposit in transit, 105 erroneously credited by bank to the entity's account, 253 NSF check, and 321,000. This is 321,000. I've sent an instruction on this outstanding check. What is the adjusted cash in bank? So, paano gagawin natin? We simply have our bank balance of 1,578. Then we add our deposit in transit of 433. Add muna natin si outstanding check. Deduct natin si outstanding check of 321. And there is a bank error. As you can see in here, erroneously credited by bank. So, kung kinredit ni bank, ibig sabihin, nadagdagan yung pera ni company erroneously, right? So, to correct it, dapat bawasan mo siya. So, that's why we're deducting the 105,000 in here. So, 1,578 plus 433 minus 321 minus 105, our registered bank balance is 1,585,000. And that is letter C. Next, number 5. These are deposits made but not yet credited by the bank to the depositor's bank account. Pag may nagkamali pa rito ha, the answer is letter B, deposit in transit. Next, number 6. Which of the following represents a debit memo? So, a debit memo is a deduction, diba? A deduction made by the bank statement being issued to the company so that it will be reflected on the book balance. So, ano ba rito yung mga activities ni bank that would initiate a debit memo? So, collection made by the bank on behalf of the depositor. This is a credit memo. It increases the cash in bank. Interest income earned by the deposit. Again, this one is also a credit memo. Proceeds from loan directly credited or added by the bank to the depositor's account. Sinabi na credited, diba? So this is also a credit memo. Interest expense on a loan that is directly deducted from the depositor's account. So letter D is definitely the debit memo. Okay, number 7, a company has 1,200,000 balance per bank, 350 deposit in transit, 900 service charge, 1,000 interest earned, and 200,000 outstanding check. What is the adjusted cash in bank? So this is very straightforward. Simply bank balance 1.2, deposit in transit 350 addition, outstanding checks of negative 200. So the answer is letter B, 1,350. Number 8, which of the following is added to the cash balance per bank statement when preparing a bank recon statement? So again, ang tinatanong dito, ang ina-add daw sa bank statement or you're working on the bank balance, diba? So, ano lang ba? We have deposit in transit, we have outstanding checks, and bank error. Ang alam natin, definitely we are sure na ang deposit in transit is an addition to the bank balance when doing a reconciliation statement. So, the answer is letter B. Number 9. So, dito, sobrang daming nagkamali sa number 9. Diba, halos 5 lang yata, the entire 3 classes, 5 lang yung tumama. Ano ba nangyari? A company recorded its check number 0702 in its accounting records amounting to 89,500 as 85,900. So, ikaw si company, sumulat ka ng cheque, diba? Sumulat ka ng cheque, binigay mo sa supplier mo. Yung amount ng cheque is 89,500. Okay, nabigay ko na yung cheque, 89,500. Pero, nung ni-record ko ngayon sa libro ko, ang ni-record ko lang, debit, expense, 85,900, credit, cash, 85,900. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, binawasan ko yung cash ko ng 85,900 lang. E pagdating sa bangko, so si supplier mo, dineposit niya na-clear na yung payment mo, 89,500 yun nabawas sa bank account mo. Tama? 89,500. Ang recorded lang sa libro mo as expense or as a reduction sa cash is 85,900. So, ngayon, ang nangyari, kulang. Okay? Kulang yung na-deduct mo sa account mo. Instead of deducting 89,500 sa libro mo, ang deduct mo lang 85,900. So, that's why you need to deduct an additional 3,600 on your book balance. Kasi the entry should be debit expense 89,500, credit cash 89,500, not debit expense 85,900, credit cash 85,900. So, bitin yung kinredit mong cash. That's why dagdagan mo pa, bawasan mo pa ulit yung cash mo sa book balance. Right? I hope it's clear to you now. Ito yung maraming ito yung reason kung bakit maraming may isang mali. So, this item number 9. And lastly, number 10, as an internal control, bank recon statements are usually prepared on a monthly basis. Okay, so we're done. Paano yung pointing system for activity 1? 1 point each, so that's 8 points. Activity 2, 1 point each as well, so that's 8 points. Heading for your activity 1 and activity 2, so that's 2 points. Meron pa yung mga walang header. Okay, ayaw nyo ng 2 points, that's fine. And for our multiple choice, that's 10 points. And of course, I'm giving you guys a bonus point of 2 points for a total of 30 points. So that was be it. Again, for tomorrow's session, it is unlikely that I'll be able to discuss, so probably we'll just be having our taxation class on Monday instead. I hope you understand, guys. After all, I've already posted naman the module on our FB page, so please read it on our time tomorrow. Basahin niyo na siya kasi taxation is kind of complicated, and especially for those who has zero knowledge on it, basahin natin siya, okay, para pag nag-discuss ako, confirmation of knowledge na lang. And again, just a reminder, for those who submitted late, I'm really not accepting excuses regardless. Okay, so especially those who informed me after the deadline. So it simply means na hindi mo talaga siya tinrabaho. Or kung tinrabaho mo man siya, hindi mo ako in-inform in advance that you were not gonna make it on time. But anyhow, again, I'm really strict with the deadline. That's why I'm giving you ample time to solve a simple problem. And just do your part, okay? Do your part. Right, that's all. And probably I'll see you all on Monday. Depende. Pray for my healing. Na sana maging okay na yung throat ko. Okay? Right, so tomorrow will be a rest day, guys. Pahinga muna kaya. Okay, bye-bye.